communication completely shifts the focus, and it points to a very specific, incredibly stressful reality. You are describing a scenario where the love inside the bond is pure, safe, and protective. But outside forces build a cage of scrutiny, restrictions, or legal battles around you because of your involvement in it. When the caging is entirely external, it usually means a healthy, loving relationship is being forced to exist inside a fishbowl or under a microscope by outside entities, like third parties, ex-partners, or bureaucratic systems. Here is how that external caging manifests psychologically and structurally. 1. The fishbowl effect, institutional scrutiny. When outside forces, whether it is an ongoing court battle, institutional monitoring, or constant third-party evaluations, insert themselves into a loving situation, they create an artificial environment. Even though there is no harm or deception within the relationship, you are forced to constantly prove your compliance, your fitness, or your motives to the outside world. This creates a psychological weight where a natural, loving bond is subjected to rigid, cold, and often clinical rules imposed by an external system. 2. Weaponization of the system by third parties. Often, an external cage is built because someone outside the relationship is using bureaucratic or legal channels as a tool for control, spite, or retaliation. If a third party cannot find any legitimate flaws, harm, or mistreatment to target, they may invent procedural complaints or exploit loopholes to keep you tied up in court or administrative red tape. The cage isn't there because you did anything wrong. The cage is being built around you by an antagonist who is using the system to drain your time, energy, and peace of mind. 3. Collateral confinement. Sometimes, simply choosing to step up, protect, and love someone means inheriting their legal or systemic baggage. You might find your own freedom restricted, dictated by court schedules, geographic boundaries, or forced protocols, just to maintain your presence and support in that person's life. You are effectively trapped by the rules of a conflict you didn't create, purely out of your commitment to the bond. 4. Hypervigilance and emotional exhaustion. Living inside an external cage forces you into a state of constant defense. Even though everything is peaceful and beautiful when it's just the two of you, the knowledge that an external force is watching, judging, or waiting to misinterpret your actions creates chronic stress. You can't fully relax into the love because you are always looking over your shoulder at the cage walls. The core challenge. The deepest frustration here is the injustice of it. It feels completely backwards to be penalized, restricted, or forced to defend yourself when your intentions and actions are entirely rooted in care and safety. When dealing with an external cage, the strategy has to shift from fixing the relationship, which isn't broken, to managing the external threat. It requires keeping an absolute firewall between the peace you build inside that loving relationship and the chaos of the systems trying to hem you in.